and welcome to your Daily 5. My name is Greg Harmon. I'm the founder and president of Dragonfly Capital Management. At Dragonfly Capital, we manage personal portfolios for high net worth individuals. We do that in separate accounts so that you have full transparency 24/7. And we do it using a combination of technical analysis and options trading strategies. We also write and sell a newsletter with trade ideas on a weekly basis for clients that want to try and take control of their own portfolio. You can find out more about both of those at dragonflycap.com. Today, I'm going to focus on the latter half of that operation at Dragonfly Capital, the newsletter. As we've been in a 6-month decline now in the stock market, the debate is starting to grow a little stronger about whether or not we're near a bottom, with the S&P hitting intraday a 20% drawdown at the end of last week, finally. So what do you do when you're sitting on your hands, watching your portfolio start to lose value and not really being active in the market, not looking to trade anything yet? Well, what you should be doing is building a shopping list. So today, I'm going to use my short-term weekly shopping list, what I call the premium top 10 list, and go through 5 of the items on that top 10 list that were handed out on Sunday to both subscribers and in an abbreviated free version to the rest of those of you that follow on the internet, and go into each of them in a lot more detail. First one, Albermarle. Albermarle has the chart we've got listed here showing the 1 year worth of price history. And one thing you can note on this chart is this area of support resistance, mainly resistance, that's been in place since September. Not just a number. We talk as market technicians a lot about a specific number being important. You can see here it is really a range between about 245 and 252 as being a resistance level. We come into the week with the stock having pulled back hard and then ending up last week right back attacking that resistance level. We also see that momentum is improving. We've got a MACD that's rising and in the positive zone, and we've got an RSI that's holding here as the sell-off is happening a little bit at the end of last week, but is holding here in the bullish zone. So what we're looking for here is a move above into this resistance zone to start looking to potentially add, and definitely on a move above 252 would be a spot to start looking at this as a prime place to be putting money to work. The next chart that I have here is from Bank of New York Mellon. Bank of New York Mellon, like most of the banks, made a double top here. You see testing the high point and another test of the high point here, but then we broke down below this low point to create the double top, and it kept going. Since late April, though, it's been in a consolidation zone. And what's interesting about that consolidation zone? Not really a whole lot. The interesting part about this chart is the divergence that we're seeing here in the momentum. Up at the top here, we've got the relative strength index driving from oversold out towards the midline and now approaching where the prior high was. And we've got the MACD doing the same thing. Going from not quite the same low that we had in March, a little bit higher low, and running back up towards being positive. Positive momentum divergences will often lead to price reversals as well. So what we're looking for here is a move above this 45 level in the Bank of New York Mellon to get active in this. The third item on the list for this week is Gilead Sciences. And Gilead is a stock here we see that topped out back in the end of December and had a hard run lower to a low in the middle of March, retracing. Let's see here, $14, $17. So about a little over 25%. But we had a bounce. A bounce came out of that. We saw the rounding bottom come out. We saw a bounce up here, and it retraced 38.2% of that drop. Stopped it dead in its tracks there, and it pulled back again. The Bollinger Bands at the bottom caught it, and it's reversed back higher and is now moving into the current week, right back at that resistance level, the prior high from April. A move above this April high would signal a buyout signal in Gilead, and we would look for another move up and start to get a little bit more conservative as it hits around the 200-day moving average, and if it gets above that, around the 61.8% retracement. Positive momentum backing this up. We had just a minor dip in the MACD, and it stayed positive. It stayed above zero and is moving back up, and is still in positive territory. And we see that the RSI on the pullback stopped out at around 40 and is reversing back higher in the bullish zone. These are positive things to look at. Next one, another in the financial sector, Interactive Brokers. And Interactive Brokers, you can see, topped out in December as well, and had a stair step move downwards, 3 move down, back to touching a 61.8% retracement of the entire move up from the pandemic low, almost to the penny. Some consolidation in here, and then ended last week moving back out, printing a short-term relative higher high coming in here. So what we're looking for in Interactive Brokers is a move back above this high from the prior day. So something above 57 would be a good trigger here. You see that we've got the MACD cross going in. We've already had a little bit of momentum divergence to the upside that began as it bottomed. Same in the RSI, and moving up towards the midline. So a positive reinforcement there on the momentum side. The final chart I have for today is KBR. KBR has been a relatively strong stock throughout this whole pullback. You can see that if we consider that the full market pullback started around Thanksgiving, we saw just a short drop back to the bottom of the Bollinger Bands there, but then by the middle of April, KBR is making new highs and at all-time highs. The pullback from there has been pretty big, and you see a lot of red candles in here, mostly red candles. I only see 4 non-red candles in this movement from mid-April to mid-May, so in a 30-day period. But during that period, all that's happened is that the stock has dropped back from its post-pandemic move from the low to the high here in April. It hasn't even retraced 38% of that move yet. And it's starting to bounce as it hits the 200-day moving average. Back up here against some short-term resistance it's creating. And we see that the momentum during that drop had gotten to extreme levels. So we had the MACD down here at a level it had not seen in over a year, and is now crossed back up. And we've got the RSI that had moved into oversold territory and is now bouncing back higher too. So the same thing that we saw in Bank of New York Mellon and in Interactive Brokers, momentum divergences getting you to start pay attention, and price now starting to look like it's potentially following. A move over 47 creates a buy signal in this chart. And we would say that you probably have room up to at least 52 here, where the top of the Bollinger Bands are still squeezing in. And if it can get enough momentum going that the Bollinger Bands open up further than that. These 5 charts were chosen from the weekend watch list, and the weekend watch list is a phenomena where I could look through over 1,000 charts every Saturday and Sunday to come up with ideas for clients. All of this is written down on a blog post sent out to clients on that Sunday afternoon with triggers, stops, and targets, as well as potential ways to trade this using options. Whether you follow my ideas or look for your own, I urge you to take this time in this uncertain, volatile market to start building a shopping list. There's so many stocks that are so far off of their highs that it's time to start deciding where you're going to deploy capital when you've made the decision that it's time. That's my Daily 5. Thanks for watching.
Hey, Grayson Rose here with StockCharts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, consider giving it a like down below, maybe leave us a comment, and if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe at the link up above. We're gonna bring you daily content from an incredible collection of technical analysts and financial experts.